What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with some breaking news regarding the Division 2. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But all of this information and more is on my Twitter page, X if you're nasty. So follow me over here at Kamikazevondoom for anything Division related before I make a YouTube video. But this is hot right off the presses. We're not even a minute from when they just released this. The PTS goes live tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern, and here are your patch notes. Year 6, Season 3, PTS patch notes. Here we go. Now this, of course, is on their Trello board, so it has just been updated. You can go ahead and preload the PTS right now. It is 17 gigs if you already had the PTS downloaded, and it is 100 gigs if you did not. It starts tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern, and it ends 7 a.m. on Wednesday. That's right, the PTS is extended this time by an additional 2 days. So instead of ending Monday morning, it will end Wednesday morning. And we have a lot of patch notes. Oh man, let's just do a quick little scan. Global modifiers, active modifiers, passive modifiers, hostile modifiers, new exotic weapons, new exotic gear, new gear, keep going, new named weapons, reworks and balancing. Oh my gosh. And the list goes on. All right. So starting off at the top, we have global modifiers. Remember, we have new modifiers starting next season. Now, our new global modifier, remember that's the modifier that is always active. It is called Rogue Momentum. Now, Rogue Momentum is about skills. It's about bending the rules, using dirty tactics, and engaging in high risk, high reward combat. This season, we encourage you to be more hostile and use every trick in your arsenal to unlock powerful combat bonuses. Players will accumulate stacks of momentum by eliminating enemies, just like the Memento backpack. Different enemies and actions will grant you different amounts of momentum. Standard enemies, elite enemies, headshots, etc. Now, higher momentum tiers will unlock more combat bonuses. Now, the momentum progresses through tiers, and it does not stack. So it's just a momentum, and then you lose it type of deal. You're not going to keep stacking it. Momentum decays over time, both in and out of combat at different rates. Momentum will decay, can be slower by performing different actions like sprinting, using a pulse. That's going to be cool to test out. So your momentum has a gauge, you build it up, it slowly ticks away. But depending on what you do, you could have it tick away slower. And then that way, if you're in between engagements, you could try to keep your stacks. That's pretty cool. Because usually whenever you're out of combat, you just lose your stacks completely. But it's looking like this modifier can be active all the time as long as you're doing certain things. I mean, sprinting and using a pulse, that's not too hard to do, right? Moving on. Enemies can become blacklisted. Successfully eliminating blacklisted enemies will grant you substantial amounts of momentum. Okay. And then getting hit by a blacklisted enemy will drain your momentum. Interesting. I'm really liking the sound of this modifier. It sounds really fun, if I'm being honest with you. Now, as far as the active modifiers, remember you can only have one active modifier at a time, just one. So we have 3 different active modifiers that we will earn through the seasonal journey. The first active modifier is called Overdrive. So it says it instantly maxes out your momentum to 100%. Cool. Granting powerful combat bonuses for a limited time. That's sick. After it wears off, the momentum is gained at a rate of only half the. Okay. So basically, every time you use overdrive, it goes straight to 100. You get all those bonuses, and then when it goes away for 30 seconds, you have like this like cooldown like penalty. That's fine. I mean, that still sounds really fun. The next one's called Vendetta. So Vendetta, activating Vendetta marks several enemies. Killing these enemies using a primary, secondary skill or pistol grants stacking tank bonuses. Grants stacking tank bonuses. Okay. Failure to eliminate them imposes armor and health reduction penalties. Ooh, interesting. So it'll pop up a certain color. It's either a primary weapon, secondary weapon, skill, or pistol. Okay. And then if you mess up, it will severely penalize you with your health and armor reduction. Yeesh. And the last active modifier is called Tactical Supremacy. This will double the effects of all equipped minor modifiers for a limited time, but do not gain momentum during the effect. Okay. So basically, this part, you're just doubling down on your passive modifiers and you don't even care about your global modifier. That's fine. I like Overdrive and Tactical Supremacy. Vendetta, that penalty, I don't know. I'm going to have to test that out, but that penalty sounds horrible. Moving on to the passive modifiers. Remember that the passive modifiers, those are the ones that you used to get through priority objectives, but they changed that. They will now, all modifiers are linked to your seasonal journey. None of that is linked to your priority objectives anymore. Now, with that being said, the passive modifiers, you can equip 3 at a time. Here we go. First one is called Explosive Amp. Your Seeker Mine will deal 100% more damage against blacklisted enemies. Remember, those are the really important enemies that will give you a big boost in momentum. That's huge. Seeker Mine. Nice. Next is Critical Recovery. Performing a crit hit will restore 0.15% of your maximum armor. Okay. So crits. So that's the old clutch. Isn't that the old clutch where crit hits would increase your armor just straight up? Yo, that could be sick. That could be sick. I like that a lot. I like that. I like that a lot. Next one, Critical Momentum. Critical hits will now give you a 50% chance in gaining 1% momentum. I mean, that could go with the recovery, I guess. Momentum Surge. Kills with skills will double your momentum. Okay. Explosive Expertise. Explosive skill kills will reduce the cooldown of that skill by 30% if your score is a multi-kill. What? Okay. That's really strong. Reaper Scan. Enemies scanned with the pulse have a 25% chance to receive a blacklist mark. That's cool. Reaper Scan. Yo, that's really cool. That's sick. So if you pulse them and then you can increase their their, I guess, their priority to blacklist, then you're able to get a substantial amount of momentum for that global modifier. That's sick. That's pretty cool. Aggressive Drone. It increases the striker drone's damage by 50%, but reduces the duration. Who cares? The duration is already stupid hot. Yo, that's sick. That's cool too. That's a good modifier as well. I mean, we're about halfway done with the passive modifiers here. Fortified Shield. This will strengthen any equipped shield based health by 100%, allowing you to stay in front of the front lines longer. Yo, that's like D3 material. Holy crap. Um, Reactive reinforcement. It heals 5% of your maximum armor when your shield takes damage. That's basically Foundry Bulwark without having to use Foundry Bulwark. 5% of your armor when your shield takes damage. Yo, I'm going to have to start using a freaking shield. Wow. Next, overclocked projector. The decoy emits a bright flash when destroyed or deactivated, blinding up to 2 enemies targeted. Receive 5% momentum for each. Ah, decoy. I mean, it could blind them. I mean, it's all right. Whatever. That's neither here nor there. I mean, that's PvE. It doesn't really matter. It's meh, whatever. Microwave coils. Up to 4 enemies affected by a pulse have a 50% chance to receive a burn. What? Yo, affected by a pulse. That that includes jammer. Yo, that's sick. I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that a lot. What was the other one? Enemies scanned with a pulse. Okay, that one's whatever, but this one I can use with a jammer, and then I can burn them, bro. Bro, that's sick. Just think about that with a vial mask. Yeah, vial mask. Just saying, calling it here. And finally, rigged battery. Drones that are destroyed or dismantled applies a shock. Drones that are destroyed or dismantled applies a shock to the nearby 2 enemies. That is sick. Okay. That's not bad either. That's pretty cool. Those were your passive modifiers. So remember, your global modifier, this will be for the entire season. High risk, high reward. The more kills you get, the more momentum you get, the more combat skills you get. Okay. It will give you, it doesn't say exactly, but it just says it will accumulate stacks of momentum, and then momentum will give you combat bonuses, is what it says. It says unlock powerful combat bonuses. It doesn't tell you what it is, but basically this is going to be like a always active memento backpack in a way, if you will. It sounds pretty sick. As far as the active modifiers, definitely go for the overdrive. That sounds really good. And then the tactical supremacy sounds really strong for skill builds, or sounds really strong for a tank shield build. Because look, it says doubles the effects of all equipped minor modifiers. It doubles. So think about that. It doubles right here. Crit hits restore 0.5% of your maximum armor. That would double to 0.3. Okay? So if crit hits are repairing your armor by 0.3, what's stopping you from using the Ouroboros with max crit? And then you just sit there and you keep gaining your armor back. That sounds amazing. I love this. But it's only for certain things. Because also, if you were to use that, you could also use it with this. And then get double the shield health. And right here, heals 10% of your maximum armor when your shield takes damage. How about that? That makes the the tactical supremacy very, very strong. Very strong. Doubles the effects. That's ridiculous. Now the overdrive isn't bad. It increases your momentum directly to 100%. So I mean, whatever these powerful combat bonuses are, you're going to get it at 100% right out the gate. I mean, that's pretty sick. The Vendetta, I need to test that one. I'm not sure if I like that one or not. choosing, like, being forced to use a primary, secondary skill or pistol, I don't like that. I think that's a horrible way of making someone play the game. I want to play the game the way I want to play. So the way I want to play, overdrive and tactical supremacy all day. Now, as far as these passive modifiers, some of them sound ridiculously fun. Others sound very lackluster. So out of the 12, I would say there's probably about a good 8 of them that sound really good. All right, now let's talk about the new hostile modifiers. And remember, these modifiers change every single season. So this is going to be in effect next month at the end of February, and then we have this until the end of June. And here are your new hostile modifiers. The first one is called Enemy Frenzy. Enemies gain rate of fire, movement speed, and armor health regen. That's sick. The next one, Enemy Frenzy Scaling. The number of enemies and the amount of rage applied scales as the players progress through the seasonal chapters. This one's pretty cool. So basically, you just have one hostile modifier. It increases their rate of fire, movement speed, and they get health armor regen. So you just need to mow them down. And then the further you go on in the season, basically, the stronger you get, the stronger the enemies get. I mean, that's okay. I mean, this is all good. I like all of these modifiers. I mean, there's a few in the passives that are meh, and then the vendetta meh, but a lot of these, a majority, a big majority, I'm really actually liking. Not bad. Moving on to the gear, weapons, and talents. First up, new exotic weapons. We first have the Ox Pecker. This is the new exotic SMG. The talent is called Symbiosis. So while having a shield deployed, the shield will lose health at a rate of 10% per second. Your shield will receive repairs of 25% of the damage you deal with your weapon. So that one you would use with those modifiers that would double the health of your shield, and you're basically healing your shield while you're using the weapon. I mean, you could be unstoppable. This is going to be a crazy season. This is a crazy season. It's going to be fun because look at this next exotic right here. So we have an exotic SMG, right? Not bad. And then here's the exotic gloves called Exodus. So the talent is called Smokescreen. Smokescreen, okay? So in PvE, on armor break, you will drop a smoke bomb, concealing yourself for 3 seconds with a cooldown of 40 seconds. Pretty wicked. Now let's see, PvP. On armor break, it will drop a smoke bomb at your feet. You will also receive 100% pulse resistance and hide your nameplate for 2 seconds. Oh, shit. Yo, that's fun. That's going to be cool. Okay. That's cool. I dig it. Next up, we have Birdie's Quick Fix. So first we had exotic SMG, exotic gloves, and here is the new exotic backpack. Exotic backpack is called Birdie's Quick Fix with the talent Combat Medic. So you receive plus 50% revive speed, but you lose 50% weekend debuff time. Now the weekend debuff, what is that? That's from newly reviving people, or that's while you're reviving them. That's fine. Whatever. That's not a big deal. The big deal is the next part. It provides 50% damage resistance to both agents, the one that was reviving and the one being revived, for 5 seconds. And not only that, but after the successful revive, you, being the person wearing the backpack, you gain a skill tier. And if you're sitting at a skill tier 6, you will then get an overcharge. So for example, if you are a skill tier 6 healer and you're using, let's just say, Future Initiative, and you're healing people, and all of a sudden one of those people go down, You revive them really quick, and then you get overcharge. So then you're getting overcharge heals right after. That's pretty sick. I like it. So exotic SMG, exotic gloves, exotic backpack. Now we're on to new gear. First, we have the new brand set. Okay, that's your new high end brand set. The name is called Shiny Monkey. Okay. Shiny Monkey. The one piece will give you skill duration, two piece skill efficiency. Nice. And then the three piece gives you repair skills of 52%. Woof. I'm really digging the skill efficiency to match that up with Empress International, but this 52% repair skills is crazy strong. We will also get named knee pads and named backpack. Yo, the knee pads. So we will get named knee pads for the shiny monkey, granting us 16% status effects. Is that the same as the firm handshake? I think. I don't remember. For the named backpack, it's called the Axle with the talent Perfect Energize. So using an armor kit will grant you +1 skill tier. If you're at a skill tier 6, it will then grant you an overcharge. Cooldown 30 seconds. So every 30 seconds you could do an overcharge? Hold up. What? That could be dirty. I'll have to look into that during the PCS. Now that's your new brand set called Shiny Monkey. Perfect Energize on the backpack and status effects on knee pads. Looking at the gear set is called Refactor. So Refactor will give you 2-piece bonus status effects, 3-piece bonus skill damage. Okay, so status and skill, pretty typical. 4-piece though will give you Return to Sender. You receive repairs of 10% of the damage you deal with your skills. Ooh. Your allies will receive repairs of 20% of the damage you deal with your skills. Damn. Yo, that's sick. And that gives you status effects and skill damage. Yo, that's sick. Oh man. Um okay. What does the chest piece give you? The chest piece gives you 35% repairs to your team and 25% to yourself. Okay. And then the backpack. What does the backpack do? While at full armor, repairs received from Cinder to or returned to Cinder will then provide bonus armor up to 40% of your total armor. What? Does not apply to allies, just applies to you. Yo. So you could be just walking at them with like a drone and like I don't know, seeker mines, right? And then you're just constantly throwing seeker mines with like a drone on them, and every time you're doing damage, you're healing yourself. This is sick. And you're healing your teammates, and you could get bonus armor? Bruh. Up to 40% of your total armor. We could make some stupid hybrids with that. Oh, man. Stupid hybrids. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. It says up to 40% of your total armor. I'm guessing that's if you have the chest piece also, because the chest piece gives you that bump and the return to Cinder. So I'm guessing you'd have to do chest piece, backpack, and then 2 other items, whatever it is. Not bad. Maybe waveform. Waveform could be good. There's a few good ones. That's crazy. That's going to be fun too. Interesting. So we have we have brand set Shiny Monkey, named backpack Perfect Energize, named gloves with a perfect attribute of status effects, new gear set that will heal you and your teammates by the damage you deal with skills. Next up, we have new named weapons and weapon talent. The new weapon talent is called Pressure Point. it will amplify your weapon damage by 10% to enemies under a status effect. Okay. The named variants. We have an RPK called Rusty with perfect pressure point, amplifying that to 15% to enemies under a status. And then we have a named FAL, the goalie, with a perfect pressure point, applying that 15% amp to enemies under a status effect. My problem with this is, let me think here. Sadist is 30%. Perfect Sadist is 35%. Perfect Thunderstrike is 35%. What else? Perfect Ignited is 30%. All of these are like double the amplified for a specific status. The only difference here is that this is any status at all. So I guess that's the selling point for this one, is that you could get them on a Confuse, you could get them on a Disrupt, you could get them on a anything, and that would amplify your damage. I mean, that could be the selling point here, to where you could use any status and you automatically get that. But if you're going to use like Bleed, just go with Sadist. If you're going to use Burn, just go with Ignited. If you're just going to use Shock, go with Perfect Thunder. Like, I understand what they're doing with this one, but it would have to be very unique. Like, you could use this with the Banshee Pulse. That could be sick. But what else is 15% amp damage? Flatline? Okay. But, I mean, what's stopping you from Banshee pulsing them with a a spotter build? Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm indifferent about it. I like the RPK variant. I'll try that one out. I'm not a big fan of the FAL, but I'll try out the RPK, even though the RPK got a nerf during Year 6 Season 2, but it is what it is. Okay. Here are reworks and weapon balancing. Ooh. This numbers do not take into account their exotic mods. This is just base changing. I believe Yannick stated Excel sheet balancing, where they just put all of these into an Excel sheet and just balance it that way. That way it's just like a blanket rebalancing. So let's see what happens here. The Bighorns reload speed, St. Elmo's reload. These are all reload speed. All of these are reload speed. Where's Scorpio? Where's Scorpio? They're not changing the Scorpio reload speed? I don't see Scorpio. Are you kidding me? You're going to change all of these reload speeds and you're not going to change the Scorpio? Bruh. And you just lowered the Pestilence reload speed to 4.5 instead of the base 511. Dude, the Iron Lung from 3.2 to 2.9? Oh, man. Some of these reloads are crazy. The capacitor down to a 2-second. The capacitor's gonna be crazy. That's faster than SMGs. Oh, the chatterbox. Scratch that, scratch that. But still, there's no Scorpio. Man, Graybeard is gonna be upset. And then we have more rebalancing. Oh, this is just all reload speeds. Oh, Lexington. The Lexington is getting a nerf. All right, there it is. So the Lexington's base damage is its named attribute, right? So they just nerfed it down. It's by 6,000. So let's see. Yeah, that equates to what, like what did he say? 1.1%? Yeah. But all of the reload speeds went quicker now for ARs. SMGs, all of the reloads are quicker. LMGs, all of the reloads are quicker. Rifles, all of the reloads are quicker. And, what's this? Enhance. Enhance. Oh, that did not enhance. Sorry. There we go. The UIC is getting a buff. The LM4, lightweight M4, is getting a buff. The MK47 is getting a buff. Okay. So now the lightweight M4 will hit harder than the LVOAC and have a quicker reload. So lightweight M4 will technically be the better rifle. I'll do a new lightweight M4 video, okay? I'll do that. Interesting. Pistols. All reloads are buffed. Okay. Ooh. Oh, we have some more stuff here. Okay. Modifiers. Modifiers have been removed from all priority objectives and now are available through the seasonal journey. Active modifiers will now be triggered without ADS. So now you can do that without having to zoom in, ADS to trigger the active modifier. That's a good change. There is a clearer visibility of active modifiers' duration and cooldown. That's good. For progression and objectives, players will now receive seasonal XP bonuses for having seasonal modifiers equipped. Nice! See, this is all making you use the modifiers in a good way. Seasonal XP is now available through main missions, countdown, conflict, descent, summit. What is this? LWAs? What is that? I'm drawing a blank. And then DZ activities. What is that? What's LWAs? Oh man, I'm gonna get roasted. I'm completely drawing a blank here. Anyways, rewards are granted upon completing objectives, not for individual eliminations. The Warhound convoys, elite resource convoys, and elite territory control objectives have now been removed from all priority objectives. Thank you. And then finally, the priority objectives reroll bars are now automatically refilled to 3 every 24 hours. That's another great change. Not bad. Not bad at all. Next up, we have the PTS only stuff to look at here. Adam Shipley's inventory has been updated with new PTS caches, and redundant items have been removed to reduce clutter. Everything needed can be now obtained through the following caches. You have the PTS cache Year 6 Season 3, the PTS cache blueprints, and the PTS cache materials. And then finally, known issues. The shield health decay persists even if a player equips a throwable. Hold on. The shield health decay of symbiosis talent persists if the player equips a throwable while having the shield deployed. Okay. Whatever. Shiny gear and refractor materials are not shared between characters. Okay. Placeholder images are present. Okay. I mean, all of those are whatever. Not bad. New caches for the PTS. That's cool. All of these changes are pretty good. Hashtag, side note. What's LWAs? I'm completely drawing a blank here. I'm not sure. But all right. That is it. I am liking this so far. Everything got a reload speed buff. The Lexington got a nerf. And the lightweight M4 got a buff. So that's pretty cool. Very interesting stuff here. All the reloads got changed except for the Scorpio. Like, someone needs to check in on Sergeant Graybeard. I mean, that's crazy. Why would they not touch the Scorpio? The new gear set's pretty cool. I'm going to try it out with the skill build. The new brand set's pretty cool. We need to try that with hybrid builds. The new exotic backpack's not bad for a future initiative healer. The new exotic gloves are going to be really fun to use. The new exotic SMG's not going to be bad. It's going to be pretty fun. You could even pair that up with Foundry Bulwark. That could be stupid. That could be really stupid fun. The hostile modifiers are not bad at all. Pretty typical stuff. The passive modifiers are pretty fun. Some of them seem like they're going to be ridiculously fun. The active modifiers are not bad. I like 2 of the 3. I mean, that's not bad at all. Pretty good odds. And the new global modifier, Momentum, seems very fun. I mean, all of this is nice, and we will be testing it out tomorrow, starting at 7 a.m. Eastern, and it will last until next Wednesday at 7 a.m. Eastern. You can already pre download this if you own the game on PC. Just go to Ubisoft Connect, go to Games, and you can download the PTS. I'm Kamikazevondoom. All of this information and more is on my Twitter page, X if you nasty. So remember to follow me over here at Kamikazevondoom for anything Division related before I make a YouTube video. But that's all the patch notes and everything we will be testing starting tomorrow, and all of this will go live next month, February 25th. We will also get that increase to stash space. But all right, let me know what you think. Shout out where you're from, all that jazz. Remember to support me by hitting the like, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.